All right, this is lesson 5-2, the whole for fractions. Okay, there's not a lot that I could actually teach you per se in this like introduction uh, screen. We just have to kind of get into it and really work with fraction circles. So, in this lesson today, you will discover how to make equivalent whole units with the help of fraction circles. So, this website right here down below, https toytheater.com, fraction circles, all of that will help you. So, we're going to kind of go to that right now. Okay. So, let's look at this page right here. All right, I'm going to give us an example problem. Okay, so for our example problem, what I want to really focus on is understanding how we can make a whole unit, okay, with these fraction circles and how they can be equivalent to each other. So if I were to say that 1/4 was a whole, what you would need to do is figure out what other piece, okay, would equal a whole that's not 1/4. So in this case, what I would do is put two of these, and those equal the same thing. So this is the whole. These two pieces, the eighths, 2/8, equals that piece. So it's very similar to equivalent fractions. Now, what if I said this? What if I said this represents only half of my whole circle? So first off, I know that this equals half of my full circle. So I would need to put this. So this equals half, and a half plus a half equals a whole. Don't look at the rest of the circle. If I know that this represents half of my whole, this represents half of the whole, then this whole piece equals the whole that I want. Okay. Which one of these shapes down here, or which one of these fractions represents the same thing as this? Well, it would be this one. So, which fraction circle represents this right here? You would say one pink or half. And then you would do 1/4 plus 1/4 equals a whole. Okay. Or a half plus a half equals a whole. I'm sorry. A half plus a half equals a whole. Now, let's say that I have this right here. Okay. I have half, and that represents my whole. I need to know what's equivalent to this. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and this. Sorry, that was the bell. I'm here at school. So I have this half, okay, which represents half in this case. I want to know what's equivalent to this pink half. Well, I know that 1/6, 1/6, and 1/6 is the same thing as saying half. Okay. I could also do eighths. I could do 4 of those. I could do 5 of the 10ths. I could do 6 of the 12ths. Equal the same thing. Now, in this case, if this equals a whole that I'm looking for, I would have 3 of the blue pieces. Of the 6 pieces, I would have 3 of those. Okay. I know it probably might not make sense. Okay. So we got to keep practicing it. All right. So imagine that I have this piece right here and this piece right here. And that represents a third. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. This piece and this piece represents a third of the whole. So what is the whole? So if this represents a third, I have to figure out what is a whole. So this is a third. So I need 2 more. That equals 2/3. I need 2 more. That equals a whole. Well, in this case, one of the purplish red equals a whole. Okay. So if I started off with this being a third, I have to figure out what the whole is. So if this is 1/3, I need 2 more to equal 2/3, and then 1 more to equal 3/3. Okay? Which is the same thing as saying a whole. Now, let's say that I have, let's see, trying to think. This one and this one. Okay? Let's imagine that I have that. All right? Oh, sorry. Imagine this is a half. Okay? So I have one piece, one of these fractional pieces, which is an eighth. In this case, it's going to be half of the whole. So I have to create the whole first. So if this is half of the whole, I need one more to make a full whole. Well, which one of these pieces looks like that? It's the fourth piece. Okay? The yellow piece. All right? All right. So let's do some practice with our lesson. Okay? We're going to do number 1 and 2 together. So we're going to use the fraction pieces to help us name the whole. We're going to record the name in the box below, then write an addition equation to represent the problem. All right, so what I'm going to do is I have the fraction circles over here, okay? And so I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to kind of show you some visuals too. So if I have this, okay, which equals a half, what is my whole? Well, first off, I have to figure out what my whole is using these guys. So if I have this, okay, if this represents a half, if I have these, if I have these represent a whole. So what other shape up here at the top looks like that? Well, in my case, the pink one looks just like it. So what I would write over here is I would write 1 pink, okay? And so then my equation would be 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1 whole, okay? So 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1 whole because I'm taking this right here as my equation, okay? All right, so let's look at the next one. So I have one of these pieces right here. This represents a fourth, okay? So that's 1 out of 4 pieces that I would need. So in order to make a whole, I have to have 4 of them together, okay? So this is 1/4. This is 4/4. Now I have to figure out which one of my shapes up here of my fraction circles looks very similar to this. Well, it would be orange, right? So 4 of these equals 1 orange, okay? 1 orange. Okay, what is my equation? So my equation would be, starting with 1/4, 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus, 1/4 equals 1 whole. Okay, because I have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 equals the whole if this is my whole. Again, over here for the yellow, I have 1/2, 1/2, that equals a whole, which is the pink. Okay, realistically, all you're trying to do right now is trying to make a whole and see which of these fraction circles looks like that piece. Okay, more than likely, you're going to need a little bit more assistance and more help on this. If you want to keep looking it up, you can look it up online, or you can ask your teacher for some more assistance. Hopefully it goes well for you. If not, just keep working at it and keep practicing it. It is a skill that you have to kind of work on in order to try to make a whole of the fraction. Okay. So if you need any more assistance, reach out to your teacher. All right. Hopefully you guys have fun with this. Hopefully you learn a little bit more with the whole of the fraction. And good luck. Okay. Bye, guys.